the Optimum Institute of Economic Empowerment, and we are here with a special small business segment. Essentially what we're trying to do is figure out exactly how small businesses can create jobs in this very difficult and hard economy to create your own destiny. There are 5 principles that we're going to focus on. The first one is don't quit your day job. The second one is use your day job. The third one is find the free. The fourth one is involve your family and friends. And the fifth one is just be fiscally responsible. So we are here with Kristian Loren. We're here with Gabby. We're here with Sessilee. And this is the Kristian Loren fashion line that you are creating here.
Yes, we are.
Now tell us a little bit about this fashion line. What inspired you to create this fashion line?
Well, what inspired us, we're sisters,
Okay.
and we always had a love for fashion, and we used to sew clothing as we were children. I pursued it further, and she actually started modeling, and she had a lot of success.
Okay. So this is a family affair,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And now we're collaborating together to actually put out a line that's affordable. We have pieces that range from $25 to a little more expensive to like this dress. Like this top is $25,
Okay.
this pants is $50, this dress is $40.
And you made all these clothes. These are all your pieces.
Yes, these are all our pieces.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about these principles, because the first principle that we talked about is don't quit your day job.
Exactly.
Now we're here at Major Model, and this is your day job. So you are still have a 9 to 5.
Yes.
So what made you choose this particular company to work for?
Well, originally she models here. This is her
Okay.
agency.
Right.
I started working here, became an agent, and it involves fashion. You know, I knew I could develop a lot of contacts here, and you know, to see a different side of the business and utilize it for the ultimate goal, which is to have the line.
So you work from 9 to 5, and then you go home and you're working from 6 to 10. So one of the principles is make sure you have a 9 to 5, but you also have a 6 to 10. Or maybe even 6 to 12 or 2
Sometimes later, you
in
know.
the morning to making sure you're developing your craft. Talk a little bit about the dedication that it requires for you to go home after work, even though you're tired, to keep going and make sure you're still sewing clothing.
Well, you have to have that vision, you know, the goal you want to achieve. So I'm here during the day. You know, this is the job that pays the bills. And then I go home, so speak to Sessilee, we consult on what pieces we want to make. And then I do the samples. I'm sewing sometimes from like 6 to like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we develop it, and then we're doing a show. So
when you say the number 2 principle is using your day job, so you're a model, so you know a lot about these clothes and what goes into them. So you're actually using your job in order to go into and talk a little bit about the expertise that goes into helping your sister create these lines.
Well, I mean, it's not that difficult with being in fashion. You know, we make a lot of friends with a lot of people. So photographers, makeup artists,
other models.
studios that you can use to just rent out to shoot lookbooks and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's cool. It's pretty. It's not as tough as one would think. You know, to put together this whole grand line, because we have a lot of help from a lot of people who support us.
And essentially, so you're talking about a lot of help. Sometimes you create your own. That's the third principle, in creating your own help and making sure you find the free. What are some of the free things that you had to find in order to help create this clothing line? Like things that most individuals at home can find.
Well, friends and family. My sister models, and then I work with Gabby during the day, and
Right.
she became friends, and she agreed to do my line for me, like model for my lookbook. I also had access to photographers to shoot my lookbook because I work with them. I developed a friendship, and you know, they agreed to do the favor for me. Studio space, makeup artists, you know, we have friends, hair.
And this is all because, again, you're using your day job to make sure you get free resources.
Exactly.
And you also found a website. What website did you find?
Originally, we started selling on Etsy, which allows new designers a platform to market their pieces internationally. And we started to get a larger international base. We're selling like Australia, Canada, and a few other places. And then from there, we spun that into making our own website, which is KristianLoren.com, and we've been making sales off of that since then.
Now, how did you go about making your own website? I'm sure folks at home want to know, like, in terms of the free resources that you use to create your own website.
Well, our mother is like a tech genius.
Okay.
So she gave us a lot of advice on that, and she helped us find like the most affordable one, you know, these in our pockets that we can actually do the e-commerce. And Gabby did a lookbook, got her to do the lookbook, took pictures, got a friend of mine to shoot the lookbook, Sessilee's consulting with beauty on looks, and it all came together, and it's been launched. much.
And that talks about the fourth principle, which is involving friends and family, making sure that everybody has a piece of it. So your mother's involved, your sister's your partner, your friend Gabby is doing lookbooks for you. Talk a little bit about Gabby about how did it feel? Was it, because a lot of individuals might say that being a friend and helping another friend start a business is a little bit cumbersome, you don't have the time to do it. What inspired you to make sure that you were a part of the process?
Well, I felt honored first off right off the bat because Chris has been my booker for 2 years. She contacted me and she's like, hey, I'm starting, my online. Would you, give some time, to do the lookbook? And, I felt awesome because she whenever would ask me and she asked me out everyone. So it's like, of course, I'll always help, whenever she needs me to. So.
And that's a very valuable principle. Your good friends are the ones that's going to help you the most. So why not involve them in the process? And then the fifth principle is essentially be fiscally responsible, understanding that you can cut corners and make sure you can still come out with good-looking products, but still save a little bit of money. Now, I think this dress here exemplifies being fiscally responsible. Okay? Now, talk a little about the process of making, and for those who can't really see it, well, it's a dress full of pennies, okay? How did you come up with making a dress full of pennies?
Well, I wanted to make a dress originally for my birthday like 2 years ago that had beading, but when I went to go price out the beads, they were like 50 cents per bead, and that could be very expensive.
The beads are too pricey.
They're too pricey if you want a dress full of beading, so I was like, I need something that's like 1 cent.
Right,
So it's like, nothing that costs like a penny, so I was like, I'll make a dress full of pennies. I'll figure out how to put this together, and I brainstormed, spoke to a few people, and voila, came up with it, and it looks nice. And it came out the way I wanted it to. So
essentially, you made a out-of-the-box thinking fashion breakthrough by just being fiscally responsible, which is exactly what we talk about all the time, and making sure that we can manage our money.
When you don't have the funds, you find a way.
There you go.
You find a way.
There you go. So since you're here with Kristian Loren, they are exemplifying all 5 principles. You have a show coming up soon.
Yes. We are showing in the British Virgin Islands Summer Sizzle.
The British Virgin Islands, you'll be having a show.
A fashion show. Sessilee opening, closing, our debut. And we have a few cool pieces to check out.
Wow. And what's the date of the show? So
July 13th.
July 13th. And so if you're walking around Tortola, happen to drop on by, and you can check out.
Naturally.